Hello, 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 and welcome to Business Mindset with Shia Boss. Today is Thursday, the 8th of April, and tonight's topic is your signature is required. Why is your signature required? Because we're notary publics and we have to sign on your behalf. We have to prove that you are who you say you are and you're signing what you're saying you're signing, when and where you're saying you're signing it. So tonight we are going to talk to other notary publics because you know she a boss of notary public, but it's because of these young ladies that I'm going to bring on with you today, and we're all going to discuss why and how we got into notary public and how it works for us. Okay, so if you're interested in becoming a notary public, oh, I keep saying republic, notary public, um, or if you need one, the Noble Network is here. So, with all further ado, let me introduce my first co-host, Miss Anna Sanders.
Good evening.
And my second co-host, Miss Marguerite Stubbs.
Well, hello, hello, hello,
Okay, bring your volume
ladies.
up just a little bit, Marguerite. So, ladies, we are part of the Noble Network, Noble Notary Network, because we were all talking, and one of you said you have to have multiple streams of income,
hmm
right? And Marguerite, you're grinning because that was, she was like, yes, you have to have
Yes,
multiple
yes, you have
streams.
to have it. Got to have it. I always believe because just from a business mind, you always want to have multiple streams of income.
Okay.
So most people say maybe have three or four. Some people
Mhm.
say seven,
And what
but
do you say, Marguerite?
I say 10. That's why it's 10 petals of wealth. That's why it's 10 petals of wealth. Yes.
So, being a notary public is one of your ventures, and we're going to talk about them all. But notary public is one. How did you, or why did you decide to become a notary public?
So one day I was just sitting here at home, thinking, what else can I do to earn extra income and not it be so taxing on me?
Hmm.
And so I realized that just watching different people, and I had just closed on my house again. And
Hmm.
I remember talking to the lady, and she was saying, easy. So I said, you know what? Maybe that's what I need to look into. And I did. I looked into it, and less than 30 days, I was a notary public.
All right.
So it takes literally less than 30 days.
Absolutely.
So, Anna, can you tell us about? Okay, hold on. I'm sorry I didn't put up your names because we have to know how to spell our name. Anna, can you
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
us what was the process of you getting your notary, or what do you have to do? Well, first,
For
wait.
me,
I'm sorry. Let me backtrack because I didn't ask you why did you become a notary public?
for my other businesses that I have,
Hmm.
I would always, for certain contracts or things, I would need to make sure that they were notarized.
Okay.
And then I started seeing that people were, you can call somebody and they would drive and they're there in the instant. I was like, wait a minute, I need to do this. It don't take up a lot of time, but I need to do this.
Hmm.
And so that's what I did. And like Marguerite said, as business women, it's always great to have multiple
Streams
streams of
of.
income.
Hmm.
So that's why I did it, and I've been loving it ever since.
So, how long have you been a notary public?
I've been a
Because I think you're
notary.
the senior of the group in terms of how long you've been. Look, I
All right.
cleaned it up. I cleaned it up.
Yeah, you did, because I see Marguerite over there. She getting ready. Don't do
I am
it.
the oldest.
No, right. The the senior and how long you've been a notary
Um,
public.
almost 2 years.
Okay.
It's going on 2 years now.
Okay. And how long has it been for you, Marguerite?
It's been 9 months.
Okay. So I'm the baby because it's only been 6 months for me. But so my story was them telling their story. We were all together and we were talking about Marguerite was talking about multiple streams of income, and I only had my one job, and I'm like, you know what, you right, so what do you do? So they were explaining all of the different things that they were in, and Notary Public came into the conversation, and I was like, oh, I know what that one is. I know what that is. But I didn't know anything about how to get it done or where to get it done or what the requirements were. But I looked it up because of my sisters, and I became a notary public 6 months ago. And I wasn't even thinking about it. It wasn't in my thought process at all. I just happened to be in a place where like-minded, business-minded women like Anna and Marguerite were talking about it, and I became interested. So hence I started. I also became a notary public. But Anna, can you tell us what the steps are? Like, how do you become a notary public?
For me, 2 years
I
ago,
want to get it right. Notary public. I don't know why I keep saying republic. I'm sorry.
she trying to make us all
I know. I'm
Republicans.
trying to make you a name.
So back then,
MP. I'm gonna call it MP. So
okay, that'll work.
Okay.
So you went online. You went to Notary Public for the city of Maryland, and you went online and you basically kind of read everything. There was a $11 fee. You submitted all of your information. They asked you for references. You gave those references and you answered a couple of questions. At that point, it said, once you submitted your fee, it said that they would contact you, within 30 to 45 days. And, they do check your references. So if you're going to do it and you're going to put people down, please remember they're going to check your references.
Yep. It's like security clearance, right? Because they have to identify, because you're literally on oath telling people that you are going to guarantee whoever signs this is who they say they are. So before you can do that, they have to vet you as the MP to say if you are what's the word I'm trying to find?
That you are credible, that you're qualified, that your credibility. Yes. Because it's all in play. And then they do ask you questions about, have you ever been in trouble or things like that. So they do ask those questions and, just be honest or what have you. So within 30 to 45 days, you'll get a letter saying yes or no. If your letter says yes, you need to go to your county commissioner's clerk's office to take your oath, to get your certificate and all of that. And then once that's done, then at that point, you want to go ahead and purchase your equipment. Sometimes
so pause right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's step this through. So $11 for the circuit. Okay, we can't see paper. Okay, so it was $11.
Yes, ma'am.
Just to do the commission, and then after the commission, they vet you. They ask for all of your credentials. They ask who references, and they actually check. Because my people told me
they check.
These people called me about you. I'm like, great. They're really checking. So they did check. So after they certify you, you go to the clerk's office, right? And we're talking about Maryland, and I'm sure it's the same everywhere, but we have experience in Maryland. You go to the circuit court and you do an oath, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And you had to pay them as well, right?
Yes, ma'am. And I think that was...
So let's backtrack.
Okay.
It's $9 to file initially, and then you pay $11 in person
Thank you.
There we go.
when you take your oath. So it's a total of $20.
There
So
you
where
go.
else can you start a business for $20?
Thank
Think
you.
about it.
And
$20.
that's the thing, is like, how can you do that? But you can. And then the money that it's not a lot of money per item that you do.
Mhm.
However, if you save that, put it in an interest bearing account and don't touch it, it's going to begin to accrue interest.
Hold up, hold up. We gon'
Oh,
we gon' we gon' get there. We gon' we gon' get. See, yeah. See, we have knowledge for you. Just stay with us. Just stay with. We only 10 minutes in, and we already getting into other ventures and how to make that
yes.
money work for you because I found the right people
In an
for you
interest
to
bearing
talk to.
account. Mm-hmm. And
So
don't touch
put
it.
that on mute.
Once you already getting into
Put that on mute.
other ventures and
Okay.
yeah, she
So
gone.
you go to the clerk's office, Marguerite, right? You pay the $11 for the commissioner, and then you come out with your certificate,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Make sure, people, and we're gonna get to part B in a minute, but make sure if you go to a notary public, they actually are certified.
Mm-hmm.
Because the next step we're going to get into of the equipment that you need, anybody can buy that,
Yeah.
right? It's like being a police, right? You can buy the uniform, you can buy the military uniform, but if you don't have one of these oh my gosh, to indicate that you're for real, then you're not a for real notary public, and whatever you had that person sign is not valid if they figure out that that person that signed that document for you as a note as an MP, that's not an MP, then that voids whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It voids it. So please be careful that you're actually getting a certified MP. Okay, so I've been vetted. I went through the application. I've been vetted. They said, yes, you now can go to your commissioner's office and get your executive department notary public certificate.
Mm-hmm.
Then what, Marguerite? Then what?
That's all you
Then
get.
what happens?
Oh, then after
Yeah.
that, you can, oh, after that, then once
What you
you
need?
take your oath, you have all your documentation,
Uh-huh.
and then you can actually start purchasing your items. The first thing I recommend is get your business cards or some form of way to market yourself. You got to be able to market yourself. Yes. So that would be the next thing out. And you can get business cards for little to nothing. Some people say Vistaprint. I say if you want to do something quick and get them less than 24 hours, you can go to
Yep.
Staples and do them yourself.
Yep. So let me take a pause and welcome our live participants. Thank you so much for joining Business Mindset with Chia Boss. Today, again, we are talking to notary publics, and the topic, your signature is required. So we have today Anna Sanders. Wait, Anna. Do your princess wave. And we have Marguerite Stubbs. Thank you, ma'am. And we are all notary publics, including myself, Shea Boss. We are all notary publics. So we are discussing with you how to become one, the business of being a notary public,
Right.
and the benefits. So thank you, Marguerite. And we have our first comment saying good topic. So thank you so much for joining us, Akiva. Okay, Marguerite. So
Yes.
you were saying first get your business card because you want
Right.
to promote
Market
yourself.
yourself. Market
Okay.
yourself. It's important to market yourself. And actually, the other thing I did was I looked out on Meetup to see what other Meetup groups were
Oh,
out there
okay.
that I could tag myself to, so that I can continue to be in business with like-minded people and to network. So there's a couple of Meetup groups out there that are notary public groups. And I just recommend that you also do that. You can put something out there on Facebook or whatever social media streams you have. And then, of course, then you would move on to getting the tools and things that you need to begin the process.
Okay, so what exactly are those tools that we need to become a notary public?
So at a minimum, you need a notary stamp. So that's the minimum. Some people also have a seal.
Yeah, I have the seal.
Got her seal. And once you have, and then you also have to have, you should, not everyone has, but I recommend that you have your certification book so that every time you do something, exactly, you track for records for what you've done.
Actually,
And then you also identify
Yeah.
when you do it and how much it is. And I would recommend, just to make sure that you're keeping everything on the up and up, that you have that person kind of sign somewhere on that line where you're in there.
Yep.
Right. And don't forget, because they have that thumbprint, what I do is I do have them do the thumbprint. And
Okay.
the reason being is because when you begin to become a notary, a lot of times I've noticed if you're documenting something for a husband and a wife, they can go back and say, well, that's not my signature. But in order to prevent that, because a lot of times notaries do get sued or they get called into the divorce hearing. And what saves you is that thumbprint.
Oh,
So
okay.
Good idea. Okay.
I haven't either, Marguerite.
Right. So you get that, and you can get that at the dollar store, and then also give them the oath. So when you check it, so that you repeat the oath to them, have them sign their thumb, and then when the judge says, "Is this your signature?" they can say, "No, yes, you did, because here's the oath where I gave you the oath, and this is their thumbprint." And at that time, that becomes a legal binding document.
So, Anna, do you do that with everything that you sign, or just particular things with husband and wife?
No, because I started being a notary while I was working at the school. So I wanted to make sure everything was done. And now it may be a requirement. And I'm not absolutely sure, because I know starting in October of this year, they have to take a class to become a notary. So I don't know.
Thank you for
October 1st.
October 1st, 2020. Okay. Yes, they initiated the class that I took already, because, I just want to be smart at everything. So I did take the class because, again, I didn't know anything about being a notary public. It wasn't required, but I was on that line because I did mine in September. So it wasn't required, but because they said it was going to be required, I'm like, okay, well, I want to be smart like the ones next month coming up. So I did do the training then, but now it's required.
Well, it won't be required until October 1st. October 1st, 2021.
Oh,
2021 is required. Now, if you want to take it, you can take it. And because we already have ours, if you want to take the test, you can. But when it comes time for you to renew, you have to take that test.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay. So talking about renew, our commission is good. It has expiration, right? So 4 years.
4 years. Yes.
4 years. Your commission is good and legal, but then again, you have to recertify and do the process again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you'll have to change your stamps and all of that too.
Right.
Because
you have to update with the new expiration date.
With the expiration date, exactly.
And so that's why a lot of people don't go with the stamps, because it doesn't become as cost effective. Because if you use a regular docking stamp, then you can change the dates on there. But if you use the press stamp, then you can't.
Right.
Right. So like I have,
absolutely right. So I did the other kind where I can change my expiration date.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have the print.
Okay.
I have the print one, and even with the seal. So one thing.
Does she have a pink seal? Oh my gosh.
Right. Yes. Why not?
Oh my gosh.
It's the girl kid.
Go ahead, Anna. I'm sorry.
Well, as a 2-time cancer survivor, I was given
that's right.
the pink seal.
That's right. There you go.
So one thing I do want to say about the seal, please, please, please,
Mm-hmm.
when they do the seal, make sure it has their name, the
Yeah.
county that they're from, and the state, and have Notary Public in the center.
Right.
Because some that are not real will just say
Requirement
Notary Public. It
without
has
their
to have
name.
their
Mm-hmm.
person's name,
Right.
the county that
Mhm.
they're from, the state is in there somewhere, and Notary Public in the center. If you are just getting the Notary Public and there's nothing else,
It's not
run,
real. It's not
run.
real. It's
So,
not real. And like I said earlier, even if they do get the all of the required seal, that doesn't mean that they're actually certified because
Right.
anybody can get that.
Right.
So
yeah,
I show my certification. I'm
yeah.
certified.
Right.
Here I am. I keep everything in my nice handy dandy notebook.
Mhm.
So um we're all straight. But that's a great point though, because you have to have certain information on
Mhm.
your seal and on your stamp. So talk to me about the differences with the seal, because the seal is imposed. I'm sorry, I don't have a pink, but now I want a doggone pink. The seal is imposed, right? So when you can feel on the letter and not just it can fade away or it gets messed up.
Right.
So that's why I like the seal. Depending on what I'm signing, I'll
Mhm.
do the seal, especially for real estate, any land purchases or anything like that. I like to use the seal
Yeah.
because even on my purchases, I still feel it. I don't know. It's just something about that. Uh-oh, can you still hear me? It's just something about that feel on that document that I
Mhm.
like.
Right.
But
Right.
you don't have to have the embossed seal,
Right.
Marguerite, right? Because
No,
you
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 don't.
just have
No,
the
all you have to
stamp
have
with
is the
all of the
stamp. That's the
information.
only requirement. Yes.
Right. Okay. So talk to me about, you don't have to have that, but now in the days of COVID, we're not face to face like we were before. So all I know is COVID notary public, because again I'm 6 years, I mean 6 months in. So all I know is COVID notary public. But before, you were going to a lot of places, but now they're faxing a lot. So you can't feel the embosser. So that's why that stamp is a good idea, right? So if you're stamping, then when they fax it, then it can still be shown,
Right.
right? So isn't that the difference or benefit of the imposer versus the stamp? Or what's your take, Marguerite?
I don't, since I haven't really faxed anything, but I've seen fax seals on faxes. So I think that
Okay.
the seal still will be seen, but you just won't be able to feel that
Okay.
it's authentic. That's the only difference. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But you will still see it. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what's the different documents you can notarize? Can you what have you notarized thus far?
So for me, I've done re-signing for mortgages because that's where you make most of your money at. I mean,
There you go. That's
I've
what I
done
wanted
a
to talk about.
couple of things for friends, pro bono, but
Mm.
they always want, your friends always want free stuff.
Can you hook me up?
I know. I can't say on my own.
But reality is you can do almost any document
Okay.
as a notary public. So it's important to understand that. And because we're in a virtual world, it's even more easier to be able to do that. But the thing is making sure that once again you build up your clientele with these different services, start relying on you, and then they start requesting you, and then you have to start turning down
Yeah.
You'd be like, no, I can't do that because I already got too much going on. And they
But that's
call
where
you at the last minute.
the network comes in,
Absolutely,
right? So
absolutely, because
that's
you can
why
pass it
we're in the
on.
network. Like,
Right, you can
hey,
pass that
I
on,
can't get it.
and then if it's a last minute thing, then you can almost charge what you want because there's normally set prices when you're doing set things, but if it's a last minute, you can go up on the cost. If it's like if somebody needs something within an hour or something like that, then yeah, you can go up slightly on the cost. So,
well, no, now that we can charge mileage
right,
for it. And now with COVID, we can actually start when I was looking at the new handbook at $5, and that's per sheet.
right,
Per signature. Per
Yes, per
signature.
signature.
yes, right.
Right. Yeah, so just make that known that it's per signature. It's not per package.
No,
Like,
not at
Yeah,
all.
no.
it's not gonna be
Mm-mm.
$5 and we sign it 20 times. No, sir.
No.
No.
That's $5 plus, $5 plus,
Yes.
$5 plus.
And
So that's where,
55 cents for each mile I drive.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that's where you get your most of your monies from is
Yes,
the real estate, right?
Yes.
yes,
So okay, hold on. We have a question. Do you carry your stamp seal with you everywhere you go, like a driver's license?
Yes,
You
I
can.
do.
because you
Hmm.
never know.
You never
Right.
know. You never know. So I do.
So
And I
yeah,
Anything
even
can go
travel
everywhere.
with mine because
that's a good idea.
process of getting the multiple state licensing so that I can
Yeah.
do multiple states. So yeah, you never know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, because you're right. You never know where you're out somewhere and you just happen to come across a person like, man, I need a notary public. Well, looky here. I am a notary
I am one.
public.
Right.
Let me reach in my purse and grab my good old pinky. You ready?
You. How can I help you? Absolutely. So, like I always say, stay ready. So you don't have to get ready. So
Yes.
that's a good question. Thank you. Oh, wait, we have another comment. How do you determine your price? Is there a price list? Yes, there is.
There
So
is.
by law, we can only charge a certain amount for everything that we do. So based on the handbook of the Notary Republic, you can only charge a set amount. But like Anna said, it depends on. So one thing we didn't talk about is if you are a mobile network or if you're a stationary network. I meant notary.
Notary.
So,
She
God,
said yes, Republic. Now we the
happened?
network.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just put it up here so y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, notary public. Okay, so the stationary notary publics are those individuals that just don't move. So you will see them at the banks or at, like you said, and at the school. So a lot of law offices have their own in-house notary publics. So those are people that typically work in a certain industry that requires notary publics often. So when I was getting my commission, there were two young ladies that just had their first little jobs and they were so cute. They first had their first little jobs at a bank, so they were becoming tellers. So apparently they asked the tellers to become republics. So they were asked to do so, not told, but asked to do so. They was like, yeah, especially if I'm going to get the profit from it. So bank tellers, law offices, like you said, and being in the school. So some people are stationary, so they can only charge per signature. However, like the three of us, we are what we call mobile, mobile notary publics, where we can come to you within the same state and sign for you or as a notary public, and we can charge mileage for that. So that's the extra charge. And then it depends on, again, what you're signing. So I'm not going to be a mobile notary if I'm signing one document. That's not worth my while. But if I'm going to for real estate that I'm signing multiple things, then that's worth my time. But it depends on how far you are. So I have a limit of where I'm going to go. But again, that's why you have the network. If you need somebody that's in the area that I'm not, then I'm going to call my girl Anna. Or if you need somebody on the west side, then I'm going to call my girl Marguerite. And if you need somebody Central City, then you can call me. But it depends on who it is, when it is, and what it's for.
Right.
Okay, so we have another comment. And do you have to be certified in another state to sign documents in that
Yes.
state? So yes and no. Okay, you can
Yeah.
sign for Virginia as long as you're in Maryland,
Right.
Right.
That's true.
right?
That's right.
Right.
So as a notary public, you have to stay in your state, but you can sign anything from
Right.
any state.
Right.
So if someone wants to come up here and they from Florida and they just happen to be vacationing and just happen
Right.
to want to buy something and just happen to need a notary public, I got you, Floridian, because I'm still in my state. So
Yeah.
yes, you can sign for any state, but you have to stay in your designated state. That's why it's a requirement to put your county on your stamp, because
Right.
you're only commissioned for that state, not the county, but for the state.
That's state. Yeah.
Now they also, and that's what I was talking about, you having the ability to get multi-state license.
Okay.
You can do that, but there is a test associated with that, and then you can get multiple states. I mean, at
Mhm.
right now, I think it's only 2 states where you could actually get up to 30 states worth of being a notary public
Hmm.
as a mobile or whatever, but they have not had the ability for you to be able to do it for all 50 states yet.
Okay. That's
Okay.
what we waiting on.
I know.
Exactly. That way, no matter where you go, if you certified, then you can go ahead on and be able to utilize your items just as you want to.
And actually, there is a third um, way that you can notarize. So the first that I talked about was being stationary, right? You're working in a particular um,
Location.
location or a business is what I wanted to say. You're working in a particular business, being a bank, a law office, or a school, or something of that nature. And then you have a mobile notary, where that notary is going to you or your meeting at a certain place. There's also a third called remote
Oh yeah.
notary, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So what the remote notary is just like we're doing now. It's virtual. So
Virtual. Yeah.
there's a particular application that you can utilize, and this is something that you have to go through as well, because they have to certify that you are who you say you are. So once they certify that you are who you say you are and you put your credentials in this particular application, then you can start vetting people virtually. They will have to then download that particular application, send the documents to you through that application. There's a mechanism where you have already inputted your credentials into that application, and
Right.
then it's signed for them. And then all they have to do is print it or do whatever they need to do
Right.
with
That's
it.
that basically
Right.
your DocuSign,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
e-DocuSign.
That's the time.
DocuSign, absolutely. But in order to become a remote notary, it's another application that you have to do to become
Yes.
a remote notary. Because again, this is serious. Like this is commission from the state, so they're not taking this lightly. They're not going to say, well, anybody can come online and become a remote notary. No, you
Right.
have to pretty much give them blood to become a notary. Um, but again, the cash flow is from, what were you saying, Anna? Mostly from the real estate.
Right.
Yeah.
And Marguerite, I think she does more real estate than I do. The
Okay.
contracts I deal with a lot of times have to do with either catering or, I've
Mm,
seen a lot of relationship issues. And
okay.
now, for my current employer, I see a lot of government things that need to be notarized.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts me as a mobile, and that's why I carry it with me, because you
Okay.
never know. Because somebody will come out of a meeting and be like, hey, where's the nearest notary?
Right
Right
here. So,
here.
but see,
Right. What you need? What
we
you need? I got you. And no, we're
do.
not expensing this. What you need.
Right. Right. So that's smart. I don't. But now I will. Now I will. But I also wanted to take advantage of the remote notary, which I hadn't done so yet. But that
Right.
is my next stepping stone is to become a notary, because I think I can get a lot more, especially in this world of COVID. I'm not trying to meet the people.
Right.
Definitely don't have
No.
people coming to my home, and
Mm-mm.
just meeting people somewhere. That's kind of iffy too.
Sometimes it can be risky as well. So
Correct. Yeah, so you have to be careful, and that is one thing about being a mobile notary public. It's kind of like being a real estate agent, I guess.
Right.
You're going into uncharted territory sometimes, so be careful.
You have to be very careful, especially as women.
Mm,
You'll get people that say, hey, I need a notary, and you'll go to where they are. And for me, I'm not going into anyone's home. We can
right,
do it on the porch.
right.
I don't have a problem with that. But we also have to be mindful of our surroundings because we
Hmm.
don't know them.
Hmm.
So if they can pay you like through Venmo or something like that. If they're giving you cash, make sure you have change. Because,
That's a
like I
good
said,
point.
you don't know this person and you just
right.
always want to be ready for any situation.
Hmm. Hmm. And we stay ready. And
Mhm.
with staying ready. Okay, hold up. Are we done with the notary public now? What else can we share with them? Cause
That's, I
now,
mean,
now I want to go to get ready, stay ready.
I mean, that's
That's
basically
about
it.
it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
So
sideway, that segue right into Miss
I
Stubbs.
know, right? So let me backtrack. So first, you go to your state department. You look up Notary Public. You get certified. Then they'll tell you, yes, you're certified. You can go to your commissioner's office. You go to the commissioner's office, pay them. They give you the certificate. Then you go and get your materials, whatever materials that you choose. Um, but like Marguerite said, please get your logbook so you can
Yes.
account for everything, because you are your own business. So you have to pay taxes,
Right.
because as a notary public, you are a independent um,
Contractor, so to speak.
contractor, right? There are three different forms of a notary public. There's a stationary notary public, a mobile notary public, and a remote notary public. And be careful about how you meet people, because hopefully, if as your business grows, you're not going to know everyone, and
Right.
you don't want to, because if you know everybody, then you're not growing.
Right.
So you're going to get business that you don't know, but just be mindful, be careful how you accept payments. We are in the world of technology now, so anybody can come and pay you by different means. If you do choose to do cash, like Anna said, have your change or enough to give change. We have a comment. Mr. DeVere. That's right. Got to pay your taxes. So he's my tax guy.
Yes. He must work at the IRS.
he is a tax preparer. So
See,
go and look at March 18th, I want to say, Devere, when I featured you on Business Mindset with Shia Boss. So from the tax preparer himself, yes, do your taxes, pay Caesars with Caesars. So
yeah.
um being a mobile, let me do my segue now. Being a mobile notary public, you said, Marguerite, that you have to make sure that you're careful because you can go into any situation or to
Yeah.
any person.
Yeah.
Um, how exactly are you being careful?
So for me, which leads into my second stream of income, damsel
Oh,
in
you got
defense.
multiple streams to you. Let's talk about them.
Uh, Damsel in Defense is a female ran company. It's based out of Utah, and what you end up doing is we have the ability to posture self defense products for ladies and young ladies. The business model was to take care of women to ensure that they are safe at all times. So
Okay.
we have everything that you need from pepper spray to stun guns. We also have vehicle protection items as well as home protection items. But always, always, always utilize something to keep yourself safe. For me, because I also have the business dealing with notary as well as with self defense, I'm also a concealed carry. So
There you
that for
go.
me made it easy to ensure that I continue to stay safe.
Okay.
And let me tell you, we all carry it. Okay. So when I tell you I learned from my girls, I wasn't playing.
We learned this each other.
We learned
We
this
learned it.
is each other. So you can come up wrong if you want
You
to.
want to, you're gonna come up missing.
You gonna messing with this notary public network. What I call us? Noble Notary Network.
Yes.
And Noble Notary Network, because we are queens of the God Most High. So
Amen.
we are
Amen.
noble in that.
Yeah.
Um, so what else? Let's just stay with Miss Marguerite for a moment. What else, ma'am, are you into? Miss
So
multiple,
I
10
am
multiple
also,
streams of income.
yes. So I also own commercial property in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So I rent out those buildings there. I just sold my third house in Georgia. So I no longer have out of state residential property anymore. So that's why I have to come up with another stream of income because I reduce one, you got to keep it back up. Because as I said, my role is to be 10 petals of wealth because I believe that you have to have multiple streams of income. So I also, so my arch for my business is called 10 Petals of Wealth.
Okay, thank
I
you for
also
clarifying
am
that because you keep saying it. I was like, I need you. That was my next question. Why do you keep saying that?
So 10 petals of wealth are ultimately where I want to get to is 10 streams of income.
Okay.
So right now I'm at 8,
Come
Oh
but I
on,
need to
girl.
no.
get back up to
Okay.
10.
Oh girl.
So on top of doing the notary and damsel in defense, I also have a used car broker business, and that's
Hmm.
Mars Cars out of Georgia.
Shut up. I ain't know
So,
that.
so I yes.
Come my baby boy
So
might need a vehicle.
I
I'm
know you see.
also
I'm like,
Chef
wait a minute.
Marcel.
I'm sorry, you say what now?
I'm also Chef Marcel. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
have my own, I cater as well.
Oh, I didn't.
And
So
so,
you ain't
uh,
know.
Oh, I didn't know that. She could have been.
What I need you to do, Marguerite, is I need you to advertise the pedals because we didn't know all the pedals. I need you to have one card to say, I
Atlas
can
saying.
do can do all of this right here.
I can do all things with Christ's help. That's how I say it.
Okay. Okay.
Find out.
That's why I say 10 petals of wealth. So,
Mm,
of course, I'm retired military. So,
okay.
there's already an income there that
Mhm.
visit. So, and then I also work for the government again. So, um, with that in mind, those are my 8 streams of income. So, I
Nice.
need to find 2 more because I think that if I'm at 10 streams of income, eventually I'm going to retire from the government. I'm probably only going to work about another 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that and start my nonprofit business, which is going to be taking care of displaced veteran women and their children,
Mm,
because there's always a opportunity to help those that are less fortunate. I'm a veteran. That's where my passion is at. So
wonderful.
I'll step back out of the role of being for someone else and allowing my streams of income to be able to allow me to work for myself and to help others.
Right.
Oh yes, that's
Awesome.
amazing.
Awesome. Kudos.
That's
Kudos.
amazing.
So, Miss Anna,
Yes, ma'am.
what are your other sources of income?
Well, I can't compete with my sister, but Mark,
Right,
you know
right.
what?
But we're gonna grow there. We're gonna grow. We're gonna get some petals too.
I know. Can I just get $5 or something? I'm just trying to borrow
We
$5.
want to be a flower.
I know. Can I be a flower,
We
a
want more petals.
stem,
That's okay.
a
That's okay.
stem?
That's okay. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Okay, Miss Anna, talk
So,
about what you do.
one of the businesses, my big business that I have, is Oasis of Flavor Catering. I am a caterer. My business is Oasis of Flavor. It's been around for almost 9 years. We have had, it started in Virginia. And when I moved to Maryland, I just moved it here. The
Okay.
way it started was through anger. I would, my temper used to be so bad that I would hold things in. And when I would explode, I would cook.
Hmm.
I began to cook to avoid tearing up stuff because it got kind of costly to keep replacing it
So you turn a emotion into a
into a
passion,
business.
and
Yes.
you started Oasis of Flavor.
That's how I started. And so now, not only do I cater, but a lot of times, and I'm like Marguerite, I'm prior military. So I do a lot of cooking and I just feed, the homeless. When COVID hit and the schools were out, I made sure that in 2 weeks' time, I fed over 2,000
Nice.
students daily with lunch. Um, so I don't mind giving back. A true caterer where, yeah, I do get paid from it, but sometimes you just have to forego because it's not about the money. It's about helping somebody else.
Not all the
So
time. So what do you do primarily? I know you do weddings and you do private affairs for
I
a bit
do.
because we're in COVID, right?
We are in COVID, but pre-COVID,
Uh-huh.
I was doing romantic dinners.
But you can do
And
that during COVID. That's why I wanted to express
yes,
that, right?
so I'm still doing that during COVID. I'm still doing the romantic dinners.
Trying to
What
help
I do,
us. Okay.
I still go in to the homes. I make sure everything is cleaned and so forth. I go in, I cook. The couple may not be there. Yes, I do cook for families. I do meal prep.
Trying to
I
drive you
do
there.
I do the meal prep. I do the dinners. Sometimes I've seen where the man may be out of town or what have you. Wife is busy. She'll come. Can you please cook? Yes, I'll come and cook for the family, or I'll cook it here, drop it off. The meal preps, romantic dinners, if you want to do a brunch with your girls. I've done weddings. I've done repasses. I've done baptismals. What else have I done? Outside, I actually did the tailgate party for Johnson C. Smith when they played Bowie State at Bowie. So I did that. I've also done things for St. Mary's County Public Schools. So I've done a little bit of everything. I have traveled from Virginia. I've done things in Florida. So I do travel as well.
Perfect.
So yeah,
Perfect.
that's what I do.
And just a little side note for me because that's what I do. Oasis of Flavor is a client of
Yes,
Ashore
yes.
Business Office Services, so she's getting her stuff straight. So what Ashore Business Office Services does is we establish businesses. So if you are organized and you're doing something and profiting from something, but you are not legitimized. So you can
Mhm.
do something, you can have a name, you can have a business card, but if you are not authorized in the state in which you are working, you are not legitimate.
That's
If
true.
something were to happen to you, then they can take everything that you own because it's going to be from you as
Yes.
opposed to your company. So that
Right.
is the benefit of being legitimized.
Mhm.
Um, so make sure you do that. And also Assure Business Office Services supports other small businesses and administrative business office affairs.
So
Oh,
please
oh,
look
hold
out.
on. We have some comments. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me catch up. Let me catch up. I need you to get angry so you can prep my meal. Well, she can prep your meals in the happy state, but she gonna charge you.
I'm gonna
So
charge you now. Remember, that's how we got started. Now we started now, so now
right,
there's
right.
a dollar sign come with it.
Oasis of Flavor dot.
Yeah, so it's if you go on Facebook, it's Oasis of Flavor on Facebook. If you go to my website, it's gonna be A Sanders 757 at Wix WIXSITE.com / Oasis of Flavor. But you can
And
also get there from my Facebook page, Oasis of Flavor.
okay. So that's why she a client at A Boss because we gonna fix all of that. We just need you to go to oasisofflavor.com.net dot something. Make it easy. I'd love to have weekly
All
meals
right,
prepared. There
Marley.
All
I
we
right,
go.
saw.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Look,
So
So
we
look.
have some clients. Thank you.
yes,
Thank you.
so Miss Bottom, Marie Bottoms, we will get together. Like I said, go ahead on now to you can go to my Facebook, Oasis of Flavor. You can send me a message. It'll automatically go to my Oasis of Flavor phone, which I did get. Thank you,
You're
Miss
welcome.
Boss.
You're
Um,
welcome.
so it will do that, and then we can talk. We can talk about where you are. If you want to do this on Sundays, all of that stuff is done.
Yep. So thank you again, ladies. Today's topic was your signature is required, and we were talking to Notary Public's Marguerite Stubbs. Can you wave so they know who you are? There we go. And then we have Anna Sanders, who's also a notary public. And because we are business women, we all have multiple streams of income. But we gonna be like Miss Stubbs and be them 10 petals.
You
We
don't know?
we gonna do that. We gonna be
I think
10
that's a
petals.
class.
You know?
I think that's something she needs to really, because I'm getting ready to call you on this over with. I'm getting my notes done.
Right. We can all benefit from multiple incomes. So thank you, ladies, for joining Business Mindset with Shea Boss. Thank you so much for imparting your knowledge from us of how to become a notary public and the
Thank you for
benefits
having us.
Thank
of
you for
notary
having us.
public
Thank you.
and also your multiple streams. So we have some business happening here. You want some defense, holler at Marguerite. You want some meals, you can holler at Marguerite and Anna.
I think we're going to have to collab, Marguerite. We're going to put something together.
Absolutely. And this is the purpose of Business Mindset with Shea Boss, to expose each other to one another. Right. So every week, I've been doing this for over 2 months now. And every week, even just the co-hosts, they have a network, and Devere can be a testament to that because he has also received clientele from just being on Business Mindset with Shea
Awesome.
Boss. So thank you, ladies, again for joining me on this Thursday at
Thank you. Thank you for
six
having
o'clock.
us.
Thank
So
you.
Having us.
Join me again next week on Thursday at 6 o'clock. But I'm doing a little something different, a little something new. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's going to be a surprise. So I need you to join me on April 15th at 6 o'clock because I'm going to do something new for you. Join me. I'll see you later. Thanks.